You would really think by 2024 would be better about this mental health stuff, right? I do hope that, like, with newer generations, we kind of start getting rid of all these, like, stigmas and stuff. Because I do think it's gotten better. We're not, like, in the greatest of places, but it could be a lot worse. Just have to, you know, show empathy to people, listen to their problems, try to help them get help. Like, as a friend, colleague, whatever it is, you know, sometimes that's enough. Because really, at the end of the day, it's like, just acknowledging of a problem and getting, like, a support system for it. That works wonders. No, Gen Z's not doomed. No one's fully doomed. There's a reason why a lot of men, especially like young men, feel like they're being left behind, being outcasted right now. As much as the country may have failed us, we have also failed a lot of people in this country, as evidenced by the fact that Trump is being reelected. We can't just point fingers. We can't just say, you are all evil and the devil and whatever, because that's what got us into this mess. Because then there was a place where they said, oh, everyone thinks you're evil and the devil and whatever. Well, we have a place for evil devils here. Somewhere where you're accepted and you belong. Pointing fingers doesn't do anything. Again, all we can do is have empathy. Try to reach out to people, try to understand them, understand their needs, understand where they're coming from. And maybe it can help us in the future sort of create a better place for them and everyone else. I saw something really interesting the other day where it's like, some of us are voting for ourselves and some of us are voting for other people that we don't even know. And it shows. It shows what side, you know, we tend to lean. I mean, America's a very individualistic society. We tend to not really give a crap about other people. It's been a long 2 days. Because let me tell you, a day or so ago, I would have been right in the same place. But you know what? I had someone very close to me sort of wake me up out of that mentality. And I'm all the better for it. Which is another thing, you know, like just listening to other people. Because sometimes I do stay in my little bubble a little too much, you know? I scroll on Twitter. I follow only people that I agree with. It's really hard to, like, open your eyes and, like, see other perspectives and stuff. But I'm really glad that he did. Because I do actually think it, like, broke me out of a hole. A really, like, toxic, damaging, hateful hole. And it's gonna be extremely hard to not be in that hole for the next, like, 4 years. But again, like, that's the whole entire reason why I've tried not to, like, you know, talk about anything political. I've tried to keep, like, the Discord from talking about those things and stuff. Like, just trying to stay positive. Find things that I enjoy. Do things that I enjoy with other people that I enjoy. Work as hard as I can to make sure friends and family are safe. I want so very badly to, like, cut people out of my life, but at the same time, I'm just realizing that it just doesn't help me or them. They're gonna get their comeuppance one way or another. I don't know. It's so hard. It's so hard. It's so hard to say, but, like, you gotta just be patient with people who think that way, you know, who voted that way. Like, they don't see that what they're doing is wrong. They don't think that they're doing anything wrong. People like my mom and my other family members, they don't think they did anything wrong. They don't understand that what they did could hurt other people, because that's just not what they were told. They were told the opposite, and they believed it. While we tried really, really hard to, you know, convince them otherwise, it's like, just weren't loud enough, or we didn't come up with the best reasons, or whatever. Because, you know, Tom was, like, joking the other day, like, oh, this guy ran on cheap gas and groceries. That's quite literally what people were voting for. And they didn't hear that from one side. They heard that from the other side, so that's what they voted for. People just want to hear what they want to hear, and they think it's right. Like, what's going to get me through the next 4 years? Like, and, you know, and I hate to say it, but it's like, some people are quite literally saying, like, abortions don't affect my life. but groceries and gas does. Like, we failed them. Even if like our side would help them with gas and groceries, we just, you know, that was just the messaging was just wrong for them, you know? It's just wrong for that audience. We failed them. We failed in our messaging. We failed in our marketing, you know? They don't know how tariffs work? No, they don't. Because again, they were never told how tariffs work. They didn't learn it in school. Their like leader, or you know, whoever it is that they're like looking up to for information is telling them something completely different. Like, they're in a bubble, just like how I am in a bubble. Confirmation bias is a huge thing. Very few people believe themselves to be the bad guy in their own narrative. Exactly. And usually it's the ones who think that they're the bad guys that actually end up being like some of the best people. But no one wants to think that they're the bad guys or that they're doing something wrong. Like, I don't doubt that there are some truly evil people in the world and that they choose to do truly evil things. You gotta realize, like, you know, that's not like millions. That's not like, you know, more than half of us. It does suck. But it is how it is. And it was funny, I was like watching, Mythical Kitchen did a Last Meals episode with Ludwig. And I watched that, and he actually said something like really interesting where he was like, you know, some things suck, shitty things happen, but like things go on because they, like things move on because they have to. Like life goes on because they have to. Like he said, like when his dad died, it was really fucking horrible and awful, but like, you know, he couldn't just stand still and do nothing and just wallow in it because like the world keeps turning. And there's still things that he can do and wants to do with his life. And he just like has to keep going. And I thought that was actually like a really good way to put it. It had nothing to do with like elections or anything like that, but I just thought that was like really interesting. Much easier said than done, of course, but you know. It helps to see how like other people, you know, deal with any of their like hardships. And it's like, yeah, at the end of the day, like it's just like you just literally can't just like succumb to it and do nothing. You gotta keep living. You gotta keep pushing. It is what it is. Shit happens.